Well, here you are back on Night Sounds, Barry and Joe, and look who it is. It's Jason Walsmith from the Nadas.
Hello, how's it going?
Back once again. Look at him. His hair has grown so much since the last time we saw him about 6 months ago.
Yeah,
you look good.
It's time for spring cleaning, but
I know. I was gonna say this, like your winter frock is fully filled in, but now it's the first week, second week of spring, whenever it is, and so you're gonna have to shave it off before you get back on the road.
I don't know about you guys, but I usually have well, actually I can tell, but from you guys, but I usually have a mustache march.
March.
I've just had a busy March, and it's going to be a short mustache march for me this year.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do the mustache. I've been interviewing, so I couldn't. I had to like stay clean shaven and things too.
I thought you couldn't grow facial hair, Joe. Isn't that the deal?
Well, I mean, I can. It just takes me a really long time.
But
I could never grow anything like Jason has. That is for sure.
You think that interviewing, you think people are would not value you if you had this much?
I'm not.
Grizzly Adams looking thing?
He's talking about a job interview. He's trying to get employment. So now he's all like, he probably wears a fake tie.
No,
when he's on like a tie and shorts.
It's actually, that's too formal now. But nothing against people with facial hair. It's just I can't grow it in quickly enough for it to look good. It's just like I get like patchy, and so I look like I'm a French thief, and I don't want to do that.
Ooh, that sounds like a fun look. That sounds like something I should go for Mustache March. But
next year.
Exactly what you're saying, because whenever I'm talking to someone who I want them to take me seriously, I always say I can shave and get a haircut.
So
and I do have a shirt that doesn't have mustard on it. I mean, I can do that. I'm just not going to go to that effort unless it's absolutely.
Yes, please don't get all gussied up for us. We don't.
Well, so you've been working on something here. Now explain to us what this Guitar Satchel means to you and why it's so important, please.
Well, thank you. Thanks for letting me share it. What's that?
Do we have a picture, Barry? What's guitars? I am intrigued just by the. I'm bopping my head around like C-3PO. I'm so excited. So, okay, go, Jason. What is the guitar?
I mean, ultimately, to be honest, it's just a guitar case. It's a soft-sided guitar case. Some people call them a gig bag, and I have had, I've had a 30-year career, as we discussed with the Nadas, and I've had many, dozens upon dozens of gig bags over the years. I have flight cases, road cases, the hard cases the guitars come in. But I like these gig bags. I like to be able to carry them on a plane easier. I pretty much have a guitar with me everywhere I go. And so it's sort of my everyday carry guitar. And so I want to do it in a soft, lighter, put on a backpack sort of bag. But for the most part, what's available in the world is sort of really cheap nylon, fall apart, not very long after you buy them, versions of that. And I've just been on this like career-long search for a better guitar bag, and I decided it was a good time to just make my own because I was frustrated with not being able to find one.
Well, man, these look cool. They look so cool, like so stylish.
That's part of it, and like it's hard to market it that way because you don't want to be like, hey, you guys should buy this because it's just cooler. Like you can't say that, but that is part of it. I mean, I carry a computer in a Filson waxed canvas bag, and it's just like the aesthetic I like. So I just made something I liked,
So, if you are not watching on YouTube right now, it is basically a guitar case backpack padded with a front with multiple pouches in the front. How big is this large front pouch? Can you fit a small laptop or?
Yeah, it's exactly the size of a MacBook Pro. That's what I use. That's what I like used as my model for sure. And the top pocket, the little pocket up top, that's long and narrow. I used I just used a airplane boarding pass because so many times I've been flying, and I know that nobody uses paper boarding passes anymore, but I've just over the years been frustrated with not having a place to put it, between gates. And so I'm like, I just want one pocket that's that size. So that's why I designed it that size.
I got a question.
Yeah.
On top of probably most people's mind. How does a musician playing the fiddling on a guitar there, how does he get from there to designing the fix-all guitar satchel? Or do you have that experience? Is that, or did you start from?
No, it was a challenge because, there are people who are professional, like CAD designers, fabric designers, apparel designers. They're people who their career is bag designers. And then there are people who like make patterns for cut and sew, but those people are hard to find, really hard to find. So I have so many gig bags. I used those. I measured those. I looked at what was broken on all the broken ones I have. Like I could go pull some out right now and show you how shitty they are.
Like the pull strap on yours looks really secure. Is that something that you found broke on a lot of others?
Yep. Or they were uncomfortable, like the way the straps were attached or where the straps were positioned on the thing made the guitar hang too low and hit your butt while you're going through the, while you're walking with it, so that it bounces around. So I made it higher. I just did everything that I knew I was frustrated with from all the times of using it, and then this is going to seem like it's a plant, but really I just sat down at my living room kitchen table here. And I just happen to have this thing right here, which is and I didn't plant this. This is just where this lives, but this is is it okay to show a firearm on this?
Sure. I think so.
Sure.
Let's get it on there. Let's show it up.
It's just a case for it.
Yeah. This is a case, and there's an old shotgun inside that my dad traded a horse for when he was in high school in like 1960.
Wow. Oh man, I freaking love it.
So I have it, and I've always liked it, and I've always liked the case as much as I've liked the gun, and I consider the case an heirloom, And so this case was made by Boyd Harness Company in Iowa that's been around since 1902. So I just took my design to them and said, I want you to make me a guitar case that is like this gun case.
Oh, you didn't like poach someone from Hermes or Coach to make your bag?
No, not yet. I mean, I might still do that for future ones, but.
Well, what did they say when you brought them that 100-something-year-old, 120-year-old heirloom and said, make me a guitar case just like this? Did they freak out?
At first they said, we don't make guitar cases. And I said, I know no one does, no one makes them like this. And then they said, well, we could do it, but it will be too expensive. And I said, well, maybe, but let me decide, and the truth is, like, it is more expensive than what you would buy at Guitar Center or at your neighborhood guitar store for sure. But, some people buy their bags at Walmart and some people buy their bags at other stores.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's an investment. This is a bag that's going to last you a lifetime. So instead of like buying your bag from the Walmart or the Guitar Center that's going to break down on you in 3 years, make an investment one time. It's the same thing that I did with my boots. Like, I didn't want to get a cheap pair of boots. I was like, I want one pair of boots that I can have the rest of my life, and maybe I get resold a few times. That's what I want. So I spent $250 15 years ago, and I still have awesome boots that are going to last me the rest of my life. I'm going to be buried in those things.
That's exactly the mentality. And I believe that some people who buy boots like that also have guitars. That's like
that's right.
Yeah.
But Joe, you didn't go the extra mile though. You didn't go to a non-boot manufacturer and be like, make me a boot. And then like,
well, I mean, there's been, boots have been around for a few millennia. So I think, they figured out how to make a great boot. It's not like a guitar case where no one's figured out how to make the right one yet until now. Because now we're looking at the interior of the case. It's quilted. Oh my goodness. It's amazing.
It's like pool table felt. It's super soft and quilted. Yeah. It's sometimes I think like, well, I will just, I even one time I did, I was camping in my van and I couldn't get my heat to work for a night and I was cold and I didn't have enough blankets, and I just sort of wrapped that around me a little bit around my feet to kind of keep me a little extra warm.
See, this is
that sounds like bullshit, doesn't it? But no, it's true.
So it looks so
it's
nice.
a good selling point. Now this is my question: is what are you going to do with it now? Are you selling it? Are you showing it off?
I'm showing it off. I'm selling it. I have I'm going to a Tim McGraw show tonight because his guitar player has one. And just
really nice.
Yeah. I don't know any Tim McGraw songs. But
wait, hold on. So that you've already been selling this thing that it's just in the marketplace. How many of them are out there?
Well, I launched it at the end of November. There's about 30 out there.
Oh, wow. Okay. And how many are you
backpack? Dude, backpack. Did you see that, Joe? What? Sorry to interrupt, but did you see the backpack, Joe?
Yeah. I saw it previously.
Backpack.
I see that. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
So how many do you have made already?
Yeah, I have. So they come in 2 sizes and 2 colors, and I have a total of 300.
Okay.
So they're kind of a limited edition thing. I actually had these little brass tags made that are numbered, so each one has a number.
Nice.
But I was a little behind on that idea, so I actually have to send those to the people that have them so far. But I'm kind of treating them like a limited edition thing. And then when I sell these, I'll order more, and I'll send little brass tags with those. So.
Do you have like your signature on these ones somewhere because they're limited edition?
No,
I should sign them.
I should. I don't know.
What's that car that had it? Tommy something, right? What was that car? That Ford that had the Tommy? Was it Tommy Bahama? No, that's a clothing line. But you know what I'm talking about?
The Eddie Bauer.
Eddie Bauer. Yeah, Eddie Bauer.
Signature Explorer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you got to get your signature on to get a little fancy signature going on there. That's
all right.
cool.
All right. So it is awesome, but you did say that they're custom and they put you back a little bit. Okay. Don't break our hearts, but what's the cost of one of these things?
They are $639.
Oh, so, that's not bad. Honestly, I thought you were going to be in the thousands for sure. So that's actually not too bad of a price. I'm not going to say that. But.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I think the people who have bought them are like evangelists already. They love them, and it's only a couple dozen, but they're the ones who have convinced me that it was a good idea and it's a good product and it's worth it. So I was already convinced because I knew I wanted it, but it's nice to have that validation out there. And so there's a few artists that are using them. Like I said, that Bob Minner, he plays with Tim McGraw. Gordon Kennedy plays with Garth Brooks, and he's got one. But really, I have some other artists. Like I'm incubating this artist endorsement thing I have a few people that are doing it already. I just haven't put the part on the website yet. But some of them are just like the guy who plays your neighborhood bar, but he like loves it and he uses it. And so I'm kind of developing that right now,
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So if anybody wants them, how do we get them? Do you have a website for them or something?
Yeah. guitarsatchel.com.
Oh, super easy too. Nice.
Yeah.
Is that hard to buy, that URL?
No. I've actually had it for a long time, like a really long time. I have a domain name addiction. Actually, I have about 80.
Oh, you're right.
What is your most?
Barry's got hundreds.
Do you want to tell us your most unique or intriguing URL that you own?
Well, my band name is The Nadas. I have thenadas.pizza.
Nice. I love that.
That's cool.
I have this one. This one's probably not very marketable. I have Red Elm and the Hotbed of Coals.com because my buddy who I like to sit around campfires with says, Red Elm is the best burning firewood. It always has a hotbed of coals. I was like, I should buy Red Elm and Hotbed of Coals. How about you? What's your best one?
You were that guy that's like, I'm gonna get it. You're writing it down. You got a little notepad.
Doesn't it seem like nowadays though, if you have this affliction, you'll know too. There's almost no like actual words available anymore.
Yeah. No. Not even like 6 or 7 or 8 characters. It's really hard to find anything now.
Yeah. My son has one. My son's 6. My youngest son is 16, and when he was like 9, he bought that'sdicey.com because he wanted to create this dice game, and then he did, and now he has this domain name, and he doesn't do it anymore, but he still has the domain name, and now GoDaddy says it's worth like $2,000, and so I think he just holds on to it.
Hold on to that. Yeah, you hold on to that one.
Pay for a year of college. Oh, I have backinthe90s.com. I also have back in the 80s, back in the 70s, back in the 60s.
Nice.
Man.
Well, you're not going to need to worry about that because your satchel business is going to take off and send your kid to college. It's going to be awesome.
You guys thank you so much for your enthusiasm and support of it. I really appreciate it.
Oh, what you'll be into next time we talk to you 6 months from now. What do you think? Will he be a SpaceX astronaut, or is he going to be on Mars?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll have another record, because that's who I am and what I do, but it's hard to make a living being an independent artist these days. And so this Guitar Satchel, I just hope kind of gives me a ticket to be out there playing music. So.
Well, you got to consider the fact that Timothy Chalamet is currently making the Bob Dylan movie, and he's rolling around with the guitar all over the place, and all the youths like him. So, could you imagine how different Bob Dylan's career would have been with a Guitar Satchel? Oh my goodness.
That's true. It would have changed history.
Changed history.
How do I get Timothy Chalamet on a Guitar Satchel?
You contact his management company. I can't remember who he's with. Probably CAA, because everybody's with CAA.
You guys in California, you all are connected to everyone everywhere all the time.
I know a guy. My cousin's friend knows a guy that can get you his number.
Nice.
But then when you text him, you got to say dicey before so you know.
That's dicey.
Well, Jason, thank you so much for coming on again. Your band is the Nadas. We can't wait for more music. We'll play some music from the Nadas now, but get yourself a Guitar Satchel at guitarsatchel.com.
Man, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. It's on Instagram and Facebook and stuff too. And I count every follower every time one comes in. So if any of your fans feel like being on Instagram sometimes, there's good pictures of my dogs.
Sweet.
Jump on that, radio listeners, at Guitar Satchel on all the socials.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jason. This is Night Sounds.